sports. It's in the game.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Highmark Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Alert! What's that?
Allen looking to throw it right at the outset. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Yeah, and you think back to the success he had throwing the football in the win last week, so naturally, he's going to come out throwing here, but that time, they couldn't connect.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Throwing now is Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
What an intelligent play as he found open grass and uncovered quickly.
Alert!
A nice clutch play to move the chains. The defense, they've got to do a much better job of accounting for these shorter routes.
Completes to Shakir once again. And he's got this down to the 35. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down.
Regular. Out. Look out.
They run for the first time with James Cook. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And the Bills at 5-7 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
That is caught. Kincaid with it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
What's that?
Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Alert! What's that?
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Bills! A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Powering his way forward. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
60 Eagle. Shut up. 60
Now they'll change things up. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this to the 32. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Go.
To throw, here's Nix. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Ready. Hut, hut.
On play action, here's Nix. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
T.J. Watt in on the tackle. This defense for the Broncos, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Hey, home. What is that?
Allen. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. But you look at this Bronco defense. They were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 25-yard line.
What's that?
Allen to throw once more. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Half 85.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
What's that?
Allen going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Middle. What's that?
Here's Allen to throw it. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Dalton Kincaid, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, they have to be loving this start to the first quarter.
Well, the way that they're going, I mean, you're talking about 2 touchdown drives already. They feel very confident and feel like they have all the answers in this game. They're 1 point away from going up 14-0. Maybe they press the advantage and go for 2.
Here's the Bills kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key word.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Marvin Mims, 70 yards. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Well, there was no doubt that this offense was in desperate need of a quick answer, and they got it. 1 play, and they're right back in this game.
Because you got the sense if they stalled out here and then another score on the other side to make it a 3-score game, could have gotten ugly. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know that.
And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Unlock right. Unlock right. Let's go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. A solid stiff arm. And he will finally be taken out of bounds as it's an enormous play there on the final snap of this first quarter. So first and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Third and 2. Nix to the air. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taken them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Nix. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 3 yards out. And the Broncos are back within a score. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 5.
Half. Look out.
Give to Cook out of the gun. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Monday.
Coleman, the man in motion left. To the air, Allen. That is caught into space at the 45 and brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. They run it again with Cook. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Half 10.
Now Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Alert! Stop. 5 wide. What is that?
They run again on first down. Cook. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
Look out!
Play action. Now it's Allen. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing Nix. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal.
Come on, set.
To throw is Nix. Flushed out right. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Bo Nix, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point try now for Patterson. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
2nd and 10. To throw, it's Allen. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield at man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
A final shot before half for Allen. Looking deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee Wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 72 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Escaping the pressure right.
Dumps this one off to Algier. And he will have a Broncos first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Set.
Now it's Nix.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
Down to the 41.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Ball hit as he throws there, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take it
over the middle, and there's a diving catch. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And not all spectacular catches are the result of a pass that maybe was not thrown quite right. Sometimes it's thrown in the perfect spot, and you have to just go get it. He did that right there.
No fear there in the middle of the field. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing now is Allen. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Go, go.
So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13.
What's that?
Now Allen. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Pretty nice gain on the scramble. Gets him 12 yards. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off. Not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down. Makes it manageable now.
And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 24-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
Off 52.
Coleman, the man in motion left.
What's that?
Here's Allen. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Look out.
Back to throw. Allen.
And Allen going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to have it here just past the 25.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
60 Bobcat! 60 Bobcat! Viking 18! Panther 11! Panther 11! Hurt! Hurt! Rig alert! Rig alert!
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run.
Second and 7.
Check! Hey, check that! Check that! Street! Street! Ready!
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And some room to work. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big play that time on the catch and run. 35 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
To throw, here's Nix. That's taken in left side by Vele.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Ready!
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Check go!
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
He'll try again.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Patterson now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Second down, 8 to go from the 28.
What's that?
On play action, Allen.
That is into the hands of Coleman downfield.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. It's a gain of 35.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Now Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the first, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is sped up. The intensity, the thinking, everyone's movements. But for a quarterback, he has to continue to be what we call a flatliner. Level in everything he does and read the clock, feel it in the pocket, and go at the appropriate time.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now 2nd and 4.
Alert!
To throw is Allen.
It's caught by Coleman. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Now 1st and goal.
Stop. 5 wide.
Allen.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. So now an important conversion attempt here as the Bills line up to go for 2.
Here's Allen.
And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So with just under 40 seconds to go, you figure this is going to need to bounce their way if they have any shot. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. That one looks like he'll throw here. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
What a finish in this one, Charles. Yeah, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap.